let's get straight into it. Hopefully this pen works. It does. So, day 22 of the series. If you haven't seen it before, I essentially just draw. That's about it. And ramble on about whatever's in my brain at any given time. Give some pointers if you've never done it before, or if you're just getting started. I don't have any legitimate training except for just doing it a lot. Does help that my grandfather was an industrial designer and my grandmother was an art teacher, but that's not really credentials. It's more just family origin. But I guess some of the philosophical side will kind of trickle down. Today I'm using like a felt tip ink marker. What's it? Pigment ink. Water-based, water-resistant marker from Artline drawing system. I don't know if it's felt tip or not. I'm trying to. It doesn't actually say on the thing, but it's a 0.2. It's like the little tiny nib thing. You know the one I'm talking about. They're good for like handwriting if you're into calligraphy and stuff. I like it for drawing these thin little squiggles. They're quite fun with this marker. You can get a similar effect with ballpoint, but I feel ballpoint is more similar to pencil than felt tip because of the shading methods. But felt tip is also very nice to use. I like it. Also doesn't smudge. Since I'm left-handed, I'm very particular about my pens that I use and whether they smudge or not. Because I will start writing over my handwriting. If it starts to smudge, then I essentially just throw that pen in the bin. And I've been writing since I was a wee lad. So I've got the favorite pens already that I like. Felt tip being one of them. Ballpoint is another, but ballpoints tend to smudge. I do like ballpoints for creature design, especially, because you can just scribble and scribble and scribble, and it doesn't put down a definite image. Whereas felt tip, you can't really put down a softer tone. It's once you put your pen on paper, it's just kind of there. You sort of can, but not as well as ballpoint. So there's pros to cons to all of them. Pencil's also just very classic. Can't go wrong with pencil. But the only downside to pencil is that if you don't put like a clear coat on it, like a spray or something, then it tends to mess up the image. So I like to take a photo straight after I do a pencil because I don't really care if it smudges. But if I'm gonna be using it as like a image for social media, I'll take a photo before it smudges. And the cool thing about pencils, you can do super delicate, and just shade and shade and shade. And it has a really nice effect. I'm kind of liking what this is bringing out. Might do more felt tip designs. I've been using the colored markers a lot recently. If you've been tuning into previous episodes, they're quite fun and unique. It's been taking me outside my comfort zone of using regular felt tip markers. But there's that old saying, it's not the tools that make the craft, or whatever. I'm not sure how the saying goes. But it's not the markers that do the drawing. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're too caught up on the markers, then you kind of forget where it all stems from. And you gotta remember that you're the one doing the drawing, not the drawing doing you. So if you're too caught up in what markers to use or what paper to use or whatnot, you might actually be losing the mental battle. And I always say find something easy to pick up. Carry around a sketchbook and a ballpoint pen, or whatever pen you don't mind losing, or whatever sketch pad you don't mind losing, and carry it around with you. Because a lot of times you might just drop it and forget about your pen. But if you always got a pen and a paper on you, then you never not have time to draw. You've always got something to do. If you're bored at a train station, instead of whipping out your phone, instead of jumping on Instagram, do a little sketch. You'll feel so much better. And you kind of like get engulfed in the world as well. People talk to you more when you're drawing. If you're sitting there on your phone, people don't really talk to you. But if you're sitting there drawing, and if you don't want people to talk to you, you can obviously just be like, hey, sorry, I'm drawing. And they respect that. But sometimes you're just bored and you just want to talk to someone. So if you whip out your sketchbook, a lot of times people will be like, oh, that's kind of cool, what are you drawing? And you can just spark up conversation with a stranger without even trying. If that's something if social connection is something that you've been trying to initiate more of with people you don't know, drawing is a great way to spark up conversations. And you don't even have to do much work. Usually it's the other person that sparks up the conversation. You just gotta be able to facilitate it. And I'm super awkward when it comes to conversation sometimes. I'm a pretty weird guy. So when people talk to me, it's like surprising and gives me something because for me, social connection is very, it's something I've always worked on. So when people kind of spark up conversations, it's like, hell yeah, there's a time to, I don't even have to look for it. Someone just came up to me. I'm pretty happy with this thing. Not sure what it is. Maybe some sort of sonar signal. Me trying to communicate to you. I haven't had a single message yet. Unless I've missed some. No, that's alright. I also like the idea of connecting this little tube up to here. So I might do that. Like so. Don't want it to stick out too much. There she is. I'm already at the 11-minute mark. Yeah, 12-minute mark actually. Which signifies the halfway point. Which is pretty good considering that I feel like I'm almost done on this one. But I want to get into doing more like this, more filled in patches. And I'm gonna see how it goes. With this one, I'm gonna experiment a little bit, because usually I don't fill in very much. But I think it has a really cool effect when you fill it in a bunch. I'm not really sure what to fill in. That's the thing. Maybe it is. I think the more I do this, the more I'll get a bit of a intuition on what I should fill in. But I like the idea of having thick lines. And very bold patches at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure about the thicker lines with this one, but it's good to experiment. I've been experimenting a lot recently. Pretty weird, this one. I think I would have preferred it without these thicker lines. That's just me. I might just go full commitment into the bold lines. No hold barred. Cool to do like a something like this to finish. And then if I can find a thicker pen, let me see. Of course, the pen I find is a .05. Let's see if this paint marker works any better. It might change the colorway a little bit, but hopefully it's not too drastic. I think you get the idea of what's going to happen. If you haven't clicked on yet, you might soon. Quite a simple idea, but nonetheless, it's hopefully going to give a cool effect. Probably be a more efficient way I can do this, but this is the way I'm doing it. Oh yeah, almost there. Well, we hit the 22-minute mark. I didn't realise. But I think I'll keep going. Truck on. See where this takes. See how long this takes. I doubt it'll take us to the 30-minute mark. But considering that took about 5 minutes in that one section, it might take us to 35. Which isn't too bad. A little bit over the usual, which is okay. Oops. That's okay. What time are we at? 25 minutes. I reckon we can do it. You got this. I'll actually turn it for myself so I can reach it a little bit better. It's so wonky. Oh, I smudged it. I'll keep my fingers off it. Ah. It's okay, it's okay. I really hope the effect is worth the time. I think next time I do it, I'll use some sort of tracing device. Because I'm not very good at drawing circles, it seems. It's pretty wonky. I won't lie. We have 2 minutes until it's the 30-minute mark. Will he do it? I don't want to rush it, but I reckon I can. I'll just like divvy it up. It'll make it perceivably faster. Of course, it's running out of juice. Come on, Bessie. It's always the corners that are hard. There we go. Seconds. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. 4, 3, 2, 1. No. That's alright, I'll finish it anyway. Oh, goddamn. I don't think I did this side nearly as nice as the other side. I think I started to run out of ink. It kind of looks a bit jagged. Yeah, it kind of looks terrible on the right. Probably could have rushed as well. Might have something to do with it. Hopefully, should have just chilled. That would have been a bit nicer. But you live in your land. You win some, you lose some. Today was alright though. I think I'll try this effect out again, but using a different marker. Yeah, I mean, kind of ran out of juice towards the end. You can kind of see how it's almost like Vanta Black over here, and then it's like, ooh, what happened there? And then I drop my cup. And then you can't even draw over it. I'd like to paint over that. Anyway, so I came up with 31-ish minutes. Kind of cool effect that I might do more of. Definitely touch up on my technique on this side, but nonetheless, pretty cool. If you enjoyed, let me know, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Yeah, that's about it. Peace.